All right, welcome back. Well, the much-anticipated annual Prism Awards honours the public relations industry here in South Africa. Now, in its 18th year, the Prism Awards are presented to public relations and communication professionals who have successfully incorporated strategy, creativity and professionalism into public relations. Well, now, Bridget von Holdt, the Executive Director of Glasshouse Communication Management, is a highly skilled public relations practitioner and was voted as one of the 10 most influential public relations practitioners in the country. She joins us now to tell us more about the upcoming awards ceremony. Good to have you on the program. Welcome.
Thanks, Ian.
And we go back so many years. In fact, I remember hosting your Prism Awards. Must have been about 10 years ago?
Probably 10 years ago.
How long have they been going on for?
18 years now. We're in our 18th year.
So 18 years it's been going on for. I mean, I think it's an amazing accolade, and I imagine it just grows from strength to strength every year.
It has, and the value of the Prism Awards has also grown from strength to strength every year.
What is the value?
I think recognition for the public relations profession is perhaps the biggest value. Recognition of the work that we do, the campaigns that we execute. And I think the Prism Awards, which is in its 18th year, was started by PRISA to recognise the effectiveness of a public relations campaign, whether we're meeting those objectives, and that return on investment, I think, is now the biggest element of any campaign.
Yeah. Talk to us about the job of a PR. I mean, what is it that you guys do? We know what you do, because it's the whole idea is trying to promote a product, whatever it may be. But I mean, is that really what you do, or is there more to it?
There's far more to it. I think public relations is quite a strategic profession. Fortunately, it has grown in stature. Many years ago, it was regarded as the gin and tonic brigade, but it has grown in stature. It is a strategic profession. We are responsible for the corporate reputation of companies, of products, of people. We risk manage a lot of clients' products, their reputation. It certainly has a value in the boardroom. It's very important that public relations, in fact, sits in the boardroom.
Yeah.
It's about communicating with those stakeholders. It's not just the publicity, but it's that how are we measuring, how are we returning on those objectives, how are we reaching those objectives that the stakeholders can actually say public relations actually works.
Does public relations work here in South Africa? How do you rate our PR as opposed to other countries?
Right up there with the rest of the world. I mean, in our campaigns, our Prism campaigns, our winners, probably over the years, 10 of our campaigns have actually reached global standards. We've actually got gold awards.
Fantastic.
On a global standard. That's how effective our campaigns are. We are really right up there. We also have a lot of multinationals and global brands in this country. So our campaigns measure up in terms of the global standards according to those brands too.
Yeah. Obviously, the world of PR has changed dramatically over the years, and particularly with social media, it has almost completely changed the face of it, because with the likes of a Twitter and an Instagram and a Facebook and websites out there, I mean, I can imagine does it make your work easier or more difficult as a PR agency?
PR is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And that's what social media has actually done. It's actually created more platforms for us to communicate to our stakeholders. And we have to be responsible 24 hours a day. We can't do a 9-to-5 job. Public relations is not about going home at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
That social media campaign now keeps us awake.
It certainly does. And I imagine having social media around and having to be on your feet 24 hours a day, reputation management is a big thing. I know you mentioned that. Is that a massive segment of PR?
It is what PR is all about. It's actually the reputation management.
Yeah.
And a lot of companies don't believe in that digital platform and don't believe that social media should be part of their communication strategy, or should. And in fact, they're making a huge mistake, because it's going to happen behind their backs. You can't just wipe it underneath the carpet and hope it's not happening.
Yeah.
So if people don't engage, they're going to lose out a lot in terms of their reputation, what is being said about them. So it's not just about what's on print or what's on television or what they hear on radio.
It is fascinating. I mean, if you have any know-how, you have to look out there, because you're being spoken about without even knowing about it. And you may have a major problem that you could fix, but if you're ignoring that side of life, I suppose you're not operating in the right era. So we've got the Prism Awards. What is it that you honour at these Prism Awards?
It's recognising the PR profession. So whether you're in corporate communication, whether you're in a consultancy, government communications, or an NGO, you are open to participate in the Prism Awards. The entries close on the 6th of February, and it's about putting forward a campaign that measures against very stringent criteria.
Yeah.
It has to be return on investment. And you have to show measurable returns on investment.
Yeah.
There is a prepping for Prisms on the 22nd of January, and those are and people that want to participate or enter into the Prism Awards can actually get online and see how they can go about entering or putting forward a professional entry that our team of 45 judges
Sure.
will recognise or even look at or even entertain.
Yeah. So what's the website to get on there?
It's prisa.coza.
Okay, prisa.co.za.
Yes.
You introduced a couple of new categories this year, no doubt, with the fast ever-changing world out there. What are you looking at now? What are those categories?
Well, there's over 25 categories that participants can enter. But the two new categories this year, because of our expansion into Africa, we've got a Pan-African category this year, and that's consultancies collaborating with other consultancies for their clients in Africa. And then the campaign of the year is also divided into a South African campaign of the year and a Pan-African campaign of the year.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's individual categories, there's digital platform categories, there's social responsibility programs. There's 25 different categories.
Wow. All right. So visit prism.co.za. You'll be able to find all of the details, how you enter the competition, and you perhaps could stand in line to win one of these amazing awards. And I suppose in this day and age, PR is vital in any company, business, or individual's life, particularly government. I mean, does government have PR agencies working for them?
Yes, they do.
Lots of PR.
Yeah.
I can imagine lots of PR agencies.
Yeah. Very much so. It's
some people call them spin doctors, but I don't suppose that's the right word, is it?
No. We are strategic, Leanne.
I like your way of thinking, Bridget. Thank you very much. Bridget von Holdt, she's the Executive Director of Glasshouse and very much so involved with the Prism Awards as well. And we look forward to seeing who those winners are when the awards are held in March this year.
No, the awards are in April.
Oh, they're in April. Okay, they're in April. I beg your pardon.
Closing date, 6th of February.
So 6th of February, and then the awards are in April. All right, let's take a break.